Alright, I am Prime135 and this is my second ever video review. Today we will be reviewing another Wave 1 Transformers Age of Extinction figure, Generations Crosshairs. Here's the box. It's very similar to Bumblebee's except with crosshairs instead of Bumblebee, as you can see. I love the Transformer logo. I mean, like I said, these are a little smaller. There's a little read-up on Crosshairs. He was kind of a jerk in the movie, so the read-up doesn't really do him justice. But yeah, one thing. Love the fact that they're using rubber bands now, because it means a lot easier on me. I can just like cut them or even break them with my hand instead of untwisting them like the old twist ties. Alright, so the Crosshairs figure is a nice new 2014 Corvette Stingray. Issues with the vehicle mode. I have a few, because this vehicle mode, though it is very nicely molded, is really not the best representation of Crosshairs color-wise. Pretty much everything that I have wrong with the vehicle mode will be fixed in the Autobots United 5-pack, which I will review later. This, however, is the regular retail version. So, as you can see, nice Autobot symbol, nice black stripes, movie accurate, but you come around to the other side and blank. Green car. Don't know why they did that. Maybe to save paint, because I know some initial photos didn't have this black hood piece. So, yeah. Hopefully, that looks to be fixed on the Autobots United release, so hopefully it will be. Also, no symbols to be movie accurate on the Autobots United release. Also, don't really like that they didn't paint in the Corvette symbol. Don't know if they fixed that or not, because on some official products shots they show it, some they don't. So, also don't like the clear headlights. Normally that would be fine, but since there's just green plastic behind them, it looks kind of weird. I would have at least liked them to be tinted. Same with the clear windows, because you can kind of see, hey, look, there's my background and some legs. The back, not really much detail here aside from the black stripes. Again, not really movie accurate because there's more green on the side in the movie too. Headlights not painted in, but they are nicely molded in there. Very nice. It wouldn't be, I guess it wouldn't be too hard to go in and paint those, but I'm lazy, so I'll probably just buy the one that's painted in for me. Nice Corvette and logo there. Tailpipes, standard Corvette stuff. So, all in all, it's okay. The Autobots United release will take a good mold and give it a good paint job to make a great vehicle. Also, the front bumper here is not black in the movie. It's actually green. Once again, Autobots United release will fix that. Robot mode. So, start off transforming Crosshairs here. You want to come up to the front of the car and you want to pop these panels up, like so. I just think it's kind of easier just to do that, get everything out of the way. Note, most of my transformations will not go in order of the instructions because I didn't read those. So, you want to take these panels. No, that's not what you want to do. I'm kind of remembering on the fly. Okay. Second thing you want to do, you want to come down here and you want to loosen up these legs. Like so. I mean, you can basically see, hey, look, Crosshairs under a car. In the package, it looks kind of like it's basically packaged like this. It says it's supposed to be in robot mode, but it's basically like this, so it makes it look cheap and ridiculous. But in hand, it's actually a lot better. One thing you want to do is gun, which he only comes with one, which kind of don't really like. He had two in the movie. It also comes with two pistols that are stored under here and under here. We'll get to those in a little while. But he didn't actually have those in the movie. I would have preferred if instead of including those, they had found a way to... I see why they did it, because they could store those pistols in there. And there's only really room for one of these, but I would have liked it if they had found a way to put two of these under his vehicle mode instead of including the pistols, because that would have been a lot better, in my personal opinion. Free up the legs. Then you want to come along here, and this is kind of scary because these are clear plastic. A lot of the paint on this figure went towards painting all of this clear plastic green and black. So, yeah. But what you want to do, you want to come to the other side, and you want to kind of wiggle this and untab his arm. This is kind of tough, and I don't want to break it. Okay. Pop that out. Same on this side. Pop that out. You want to bring those forward. Then you want to come here and fold those panels out like so. Then fold these down a little just to get them out of the way. Then you want to come around to the back. You want to take this section, and it's on a double hinge. Fold it back like so. You want to come back around to the front. We're almost done. As you can see, there's most of his robot mode. You want to lift these arms up. Well, first off, you want to unbend the elbows. When you've turned it into robot mode, or back into vehicle mode, quick note, it feels like you're going to break it, but you won't. There is a click there. It goes back one more click. If you don't do that, it's impossible. Trust me, I've tried. Then you want to come around to these side panels and flip up these rubber pieces. And I'll show you what to do with those in a second. Right now, I'm just kind of getting them out of the way. And once again, to make a little bit more clearance, you want to pull this entire section is on a hinge. But you basically want to pull that just for clearance, back just for clearance. Then you're going to rotate the legs at the hips, and well, at the knee, and you're going to flip down the feet. Make sure you flip out the little heel spur, because if you don't, he's not going to be very stable. Same on this side, flip out the heel spur. Okay. This part, I have seen some people that have mentioned they're worried that these tabs gonna break over time. I could see it, but as long as you're gentle, you should be fine. Right? You see there are these two little tabs on these rubber pieces that are made to match his trench coat from the movie. That slot into these two little slots up here on the abdomen. You don't really have to do it, but it does help it look a lot more like the CGI model. So I find it works best is if you see there's a long and a short side of this tab, if you put the long side in first and just kind of warm it up in there. Mine actually slips in pretty easily. So same on this side, put the long side up in there and then push. And I don't know, it goes in fairly easily. Alright, then you just want to straighten everything out. Pull that back. And there you have Crosshairs in his robot mode. Unpop that elbow too. Robot mode looks pretty good. Will say I would have loved if they had painted in those goggles. That's something they didn't do on the Autobots United release so far. None of Crosshairs releases have come with his little red and blue 3D glass goggles, but what are you going to do? I guess it wouldn't be too hard to paint those in. I'm thinking Repro Labels might come out with something, but I don't know, it's kind of small, so yeah. In the movie, these were kind of a greenish color with some black detailing. I don't know if that was something to do with the rubber they had to use on this or what. Like I said, Repro Labels would probably help this out a lot. Because another thing they did not fix on the Autobots United release. Or they will not fix. A lot of nice molded detail here on the arm. I don't know how well it's coming across, but it looks pretty nice here in person. Once again, picked out on the Autobot United release and the Takara version. The Takara version actually has less paint than the United release, but yeah. Just a lot of black plastic there on the body. Not a whole lot of paint, but I mean, it does its job. For a standard retail release figure, this is pretty nice. Articulation-wise, it's hindered a little bit with the whole trench coat thing going on, but it does a pretty good job of getting out of the way. Just due to the way the head sits, it is on a ball joint, but it's kind of limited. You can only go up and down that much, and left to right that much, depending on how you have it positioned down. It only goes left and right that much. Like, it barely moves at all. If you point it up as hard, it'll go, and then twist it, it will turn until it hits the little side lapels there. But yeah. Shoulders are on a universal joint. They actually have a lot of articulation. I mean, with these giant chunks on the arm, you wouldn't expect to get that much articulation out of it, but these do swivel to get out of the way of any poses you want to put them in. Arms are on a double hinge at the elbow, which is pretty nice. They rotate at the elbow. He actually has a wrist swivel that's pretty tight, though. So you kind of have to, well, mine's actually kind of loose. I've seen reports of it being tight. Then you want to look at, well, these move, get out of the way. Come down here to the legs, universal joint thighs, bends at the knee, swivels at the knee. Then you have a foot pivot, but it's also kind of got like this weird shin pivot, which I don't know. I've seen the movie, and I didn't really notice if this was how they moved in the movie, but whatever. Like I said, this entire trench coat assembly is on a joint. This back here is kind of interesting. On the initial Breaking the Street Date releases up in Canada, I had seen some other reviews where this was really tight. It would move about that much, and then there was a kind of a, not really a ratchet joint, but some kind of catch in the middle, and you had to really force it up, and then it went up to about right there and could move at that point. Mine is not like that, and I know this has been said a lot. The standard release version that wasn't Breaking the Street Date, basically, is very smooth. No worries about breakage with the, I just forgot a word, the brittle clear plastic. I mean, this stuff is notorious for cracking and breaking over time. Yeah, as for weaponry, got one of these, like I said, wish he came with two.